What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man ChazzEllis once again. And a lot of people want to know when they should try to get back with their ex, if that's what they want to do. When's a good time? They've been trying to holler at them, they've been trying to call them, been getting nothing, been getting the runaround. So when's a good time to try to make this happen without making a fool out of themselves? Well, in the first two videos that I made on this subject, I talked about the victory dance phase and the reality check. All right, so normally when those phases have gone by, it can even be up to a year before they get, or even sometimes more than a year before they get into this phase. Now, this of course is depending on what you've been doing. If you've been calling them, texting them, and all of that, then you got to start from the time that you've stopped doing all that stuff. You get what I'm saying? So it can sometimes, take a while, but normally if you kind of stop everything, it doesn't take so long. This is when they get into the regret phase. Now, like I told you before, when the breakup first happened, their victory dance and everything's going their way, they had a plan, yada, yada, yada. Then they hit that reality check. That's when some of those things have kind of dried up. Friends have kind of turned on them a little bit. The club getting a little old. People that they've been talking to are starting to show their true colors, starting to lose interest in them, things of that nature. All of these things start happening, and then they get into the regret phase. The regret phase is when they find themselves basically in the same life that they had when they were with you, but without the companionship. They find themselves with a new person that they may have gotten with right after you, and now they're figuring out that that person isn't everything they were cracked up to be. It's kind of a situation where, have you ever had cake with icing on it? Banging, right? Just love it. Eating all that cake, eating the icing, great. Then you take a little bit of the icing off, you're like, man, this is delicious. I don't even think I need the cake. Take the cake away from the icing. Now you eat that icing for a while, start making you sick. That's kind of what's happening now. Cake's gone, nothing but icing. That's kind of what they're left with. That's with the relationship that they might currently be in. That's with the partying, the friends, whatever it is. The cake left, now their life is nothing but icing. It has no substance, right? Just something that they can just, now they're getting a little sick, okay? That's what's left. Now they start feeling the regret. They start saying, man, this person actually did have a lot of good things about them. They were doing a lot of stuff for me. Man, because now they're starting to realize that a lot of the friends have backed off. They're not doing things for them that they were doing. A lot of the people who they talk to all the time are starting to find people themselves, and now they don't care about being around them anymore. They start realizing that they have to start over with somebody else. And a lot of the laughs that you guys had, and a lot of the good things that were going on are no longer going on. You got to remember, when people break up, they usually focus on all of the bad things, and that gives them the energy to break up. But after the breakup, full memories start to come together. Now you start thinking about all the good things that happened, all the fun times that you had, all the joy you had, and things start feeling worse. Now you start feeling like, man, maybe I made a mistake. Also, you got to understand, most of the time people break up with you when they're up and you're kind of down. Now, their life is starting to level out, and the euphoria of all the good things that were happening to them has worn off, and they've kind of stepped into a normal life. Now they're starting to realize that, wait a minute, it was only so great because I had this person. Now I don't have them anymore, and it's not really feeling as good anymore. Everything's not what I thought it was going to be. Everything's not what it's cracked up to be. Now they go through the regret stage. Now they're trying to figure out if they should contact you again. Because for them, now they're seeing your life from the outside. And while they're in the regret stage, a lot of times you're still doing the victory dance. Why are you still doing the victory dance? It took you a while to get there. You haven't got to reality check yet. A lot of times you're still in victory dance. Now you might be in the reality check phase, which I talked about in another video. You might want to check that one out. It'll be in the link in the description box. If you're in that phase, guess what? Even if you are in the reality check phase, you're still more powerful than them right now, because they're at their lowest point. They're basically going to be where you were when the breakup first started. Because now they are really getting a grip or an understanding on the fact that it's all over and that the relationship is ended and life isn't what they thought it was going to be on the other side. Now, I'm not saying this happens every single time with every single person, but it happens an awful lot. There's a reason why you were in the relationship to begin with. So when you have the breakup, you start figuring out all the reasons why you stuck around for as long as you did. Now, during this time, they may want to reach out to you. This is the time when you can really take the time and think about it and say, is this something that I want to do? And is this something that we can work on? If you're still at the point in your life where you're angry and you want to punish them, I wouldn't pick up the phone. I wouldn't answer a text. If you're at a point in your life where you can say, I can accept some of my responsibility in this situation and I think we can move forward from here. I felt like I've had my fun. I felt like the relationship was over and I was able to move on. I was able to rebuild myself, and I'm to a point where even with everything I've gained, I could still be with them. Then you might want to do it. If not, move on. That's why during the time where they're having their victory dance, they're going through their reality check and all that, you need to be going through a self-analysis and a building of you and your structure. Because when you do that, when they do come back, when they do go through all of the regret, you can make a real decision as to whether or not you want to take them back. And I want you to understand this concept. Whatever you decide to do, you have to understand that you are now in a position where you're going to go through some of these phases too. Because when you turn them down after they hit you up and try to get back with you again, and you could tell they were down and out, you could tell they were broken, they were in a lower state than you, guess what? That's going to be your victory dance. But as time goes on and you start realizing that maybe now they have moved on and has accepted what's happening, what's that going to be for you? Reality check. And you may or may not hit regret. So make sure that you're 100% sure that you don't want to take them back, or 100% sure that you do. Because you may go through a lot of those stages when you get back with them also. Honeymoon, whoa, we're back together, reality check, all is kind of similar. You know, we're kind of settling in again. And then maybe even regret, where you say, wow, this really sucks and I don't want to be back with this person. What the hell was I thinking? Hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, it's your man, ChazzEllis. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with somebody else. Peace.